I want to welcome all of you to Sunday Mornings with Twitchy Woman, and we have a special guest today, Steve Eisenstein, who is a physician in Chicago. And I was actually introduced to him through my sister, who knows him, and he teaches karate for Parkinson's. So let's take the slide off and open it up. And Steve, I want to start by just asking you a few questions.
Please.
You have a busy medical practice. Why are you doing this on the side? How
Right.
did you get involved in this?
Yeah. So I'm a family doctor in the north suburbs of Chicago. And been in the same location for 33 years. So yeah, busy, robust family practice. And then I had two brothers. My older brother, Bob, developed Parkinson's at age 50 and had a rapid, aggressive course of his illness. And he passed away when he was 68. Which is almost 10 years ago. But at the end, I was trying to help Bob to just move, and he enjoyed just doing all sorts of activities, and he enjoyed. I took the Rocksteady boxing course, and I'm a coach for that. But I figured I'm a karate teacher. I should teach karate. So Bob and I started to do a little bit of that work, and then I opened up a program at the community center here. So we're going on 9, 10 years, and have had a small group who joins once a week in person, and then we've added virtual on Zoom once a week, which you're welcome to join if you choose. We do meet at Fridays. It's Chicago time, 1 o'clock, so 2 hours earlier in LA or wherever your time zone is, Central time. And we can always share that info after. But this is to honor my brother Bob, and also to let you know that karate, just like all good activity, is helpful for the reduction in symptoms of Parkinson's disease. So that's my intro.
Okay. So how is this program different than regular other karate classes?
We focus on moving in a small space. So a typical karate class that I teach, we use a whole big dojo is the name of the space. This can be done in a 10-foot square area. So for people who are watching at home, you don't have to have a big open space. You just have to make sure you have a little bit of space around you. And it can also be done sitting as well as standing. So it's adaptable for people depending on the stage of their Parkinson's.
Okay. All right. And that's so the benefits, what are the main benefits do you see? Is it balance? Is it agility? What?
Mm-hmm. Well, so when I think of karate, it's strong, smooth, loud, and focused. And those are all beneficial to people trying to improve their Parkinson's.
Mm-hmm.
So we make loud noise that helps with speech. We try to move in a smoother way and maintain balance, which obviously helps prevent falls. And then generating energy, and honestly, just having some fun, because it's nice to do an activity that just is pleasurable, but also has benefits, just like all the other exercise you might be doing currently. And there's all the research I'm aware of shows benefit to all activity, whether it's swimming, cycling, playing sports, doing boxing, martial arts, whatever you like. Moving is definitely a remedy and a help for Parkinson's.
Okay. We already have a question in the chat. Does your regimen get the heart rate up?
You can get it up. I typically focus more on keeping it a little bit slower and smoother, because you can always add energy, but the main benefit I want to see is people getting more comfortable with moving and stability. So like today we'll do a demonstration. We'll go for about a half an hour. I don't think you're gonna have a real hard workout, except that you may find some things that are hard to do, but I don't think it's a big cardiovascular workout.
Okay. All right. So shall we get started?
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to put me on speaker view, or do you want to just?
Yes. Yeah, we
Yeah.
will put you on speaker view.
And again, one admonition to everyone is if you we're doing something that you don't feel comfortable with, don't do it. Or if you need a break, take a break. This is purely for your benefit. So make it a safe, good kind of experience. And that's true of everything. There's no reason to push so hard that you get hurt.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, I'm going to back up so you. Um, let's see. My view is still small, but that's okay. That's no problem. By the way, I want to show one thing off that I just think I'm proud of. This is a stained glass that my nephew made, and
Beautiful. Beautiful.
so it's inspirational for me, and that's Bob's son-in-law, my brother's son-in-law. So here, I'm going to angle it down just a little bit so you can see my feet a little. Okay, so firstly, well, let's just get a little bit of motion going. So I just want you to take your arms and just make a crisscross scissor. You're standing.
Shoes off.
All that is perfect.
Shoes off.
Shoes off, or if you like, you can leave them on. It's really based on the surface you're on. So if you're on a floor that's a little bit smooth, you might want to leave the shoes on. If you're on carpet, barefoot is wonderful. Okay, now take one arm and then do a big circle, a big wide open circle. Okay. And then reverse the circle, so we're going behind. Lovely. Good. And then let's do the other arm, the other arm. So one other feature of what we do, reverse the circle, is we try to make it even on both sides. So now do like you're swimming forward. These motions are familiar, right? We try to even out both sides because most people with Parkinson's have one side that's more affected or more comfortable. And then go swim backwards like you're doing a little backstroke. Good. Nice. Good. And then just put your hands on your hips, and if you can rotate. And I'm wearing a belt, but that's just, I suppose, because that's my habit. You don't have to wear anything but comfortable clothes. Go the other. Let your hips rotate. And we're just warming things up a little. Right? Good. Now to warm up the legs a little bit, if you can raise the knee and touch, and then raise and touch. So alternate right, up, however you see it, raising up. And then that's just one way to stepping motion. It's also balancing. Good. One more each side. And that'll be it. Very nice. Okay, now I want you to take your hands, let's warm up your hands and do the wrists. The meaning of the word karate is empty hand. Go the other way. The way of the empty hand. Yeah. And then open your hands wide and make a tight fist. Open, close, open, close. One more. Big open and big close. Good. The samurai had weapons, but they taught their techniques without the weapon, and that's the empty hand way. Now, what I want you to do is think about punching forward. Okay? So when you make a fist, take your hand open, put the thumb underneath. That looks like our symbol, right? That's the symbol of the fist. This hand is up and this other hand is on your hip. Okay, so if you're just standing and then move one hand forward and the other hand back. If you notice, this palm is down, this palm is up. So we're switching palm up, palm down as we punch. Right? Punch. I'll show you from the side. So one hand goes out and the other hand comes back. And keep it close to your body so it almost glides against your side and glide. Good. Now, as you extend your arm, exhale and exhale. That's the breath. Exhale. Exhale. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Good. So the idea of pulling and pushing, or great, if you think about one, is always preparing to do the next move. So that's our basic punch. Our basic kick is, remember we were picking the knee up and touching. Now if I think I've got something on my shoe and I want to kick it off, I just flick my leg out. So I pick up my knee and I kick out. So it doesn't have to be a hard kick, just a light one, and then a light one. A flick kick, we'll call it. So flick it out. 1, and 2, 3. Knee up, kick out. 4, 5, 6. Let's do 2 more. 7 and 8. Beautiful. That's so you've seen a punch and a kick. Now the other thing that happens in karate is we block. So if you're staying on your feet, something's coming at your head. Put your arm up to block it, right? And then close that as a fist. This other hand, just like we did with the punch, is on the hip, waiting to do the same thing. So what happens is I switch, I make an X, and I pull one up, and the other comes down. Make an X. The one that's going up is on the outside. Swing it up. Make the X, and then smooth up. And then as you go up, exhale. 1, up. 2, up. 3, all at once. 4. The people I can see look good. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. And now you can relax. We call this a chamber position. When the arm is at a chamber position, it can go straight out, it can go up, it can go down. So it's sort of the all-purpose position to do something that you're about to do. So let's try something where we'll do a block and then we'll do a punch to follow. So let's say we have this arm out as a puncher and this arm is at our hip. If we do that block, we rise here. This other hand, punch out straight. So the first arm goes up and the second arm goes straight out. Again, block up, punch out. You guys are naturals. Good. One more, up and out. Now, guess what? Now, if we just switch the arm that's out, guess what? The other arm becomes the blocker, and the other arm becomes the puncher. Arm up, punch out. Up and out. 2 more. 1, 2, and last one. 1 up, 1, and 2. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so we talked about a block, a punch, and a kick. Now let's talk about breathing, okay? And we've all been breathing our whole lives, but now we're trying to breathe through our middle. And the whole thing here is if you're a singer or you're trying to project your voice, the best place for the voice to come from is below your belly button. And that's very, very typical of martial arts. So if you put both hands on just below your belly button on your tummy, and I want you to exhale and just breathe out. Just go ahead and breathe out. It should feel a little bit like a sudden breath. Inhale, exhale out. That's where the breathing is in karate. Inhale, exhale out. Okay. Now, instead of just breathing out, I'm going to make a noise, which is going to sound something like huh. So inhale, make a noise, huh, from here. Oh, yeah, I heard it. Inhale, exhale with noise, huh. That generates power and breath without straining your throat. Inhale, exhale out. Huh. Oh, see, it get a little louder. One more time. Inhale, and then exhale. Huh. Ah, beautiful. So that's in Japanese it's called kiai. Ki is like chi. You remember Tai Chi? It's energy. So the energy comes from here instead of from up here. It doesn't strain your throat. It makes things go very nicely. All right, we're going to do one other kind of thing, and now we're going to move our feet a little bit. So what I want you to do is your feet are normal width apart, shoulder apart. I want you to step out a little wider and then make your normal stance. So we're shifted one way and then step out the other way and then move this. So it's a step slide, a little bit shift out. And then we go this way, shift out. So when we move one way, one way, two. And then this kind of feeling like you're a little bit wider than normal, then you're back to your normal state. One, two. So you don't have to move a lot. Now let's try that punch, that we did, but we'll move to the side and then we'll punch. So if my arm is out, I'm going to move this way, step. When I get there, I punch. And then I leave my arms out, step out, reconnect, punch. So it's going to be step, slide, punch. Step, slide, punch. One. Step, slide, punch. Two. And one. Step, slide. Three. Step, slide. Four. Let's do it one more each way. One, to the side, then punch. And two to the side, punch. So the nice part about this little shifting is you're really not out of balance. You're just regaining a little bit more of your balance, and it's a safe and secure kind of way to move. Now the other way we move is with one foot in front and the other foot back, and this is a stance. We call it a front stance. The front knee is a little bit bent, and the back leg is a little bit straight. So there's a little more weight on the front. The back leg is ready to go. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward and replace the foot that was there. And then I'm going to step forward, do it again. So I'll do it toward the camera. So if I'm not worried about my arms right now, but if I step forward, one, step forward, two, moving backwards, try not to let your head bob. Try to keep your body straight up. Step backward, one. Step backward, two. Let's do that again. This way you get a sense. It's almost like a little crescent movement. I get my knees come close, they brush, I step, I'm done. My knees get close, I step, I'm done. When I go back, my legs get close, I step back, and my legs get close, I step back. Now we add the punch to the stance. So the hand that's in front matches the leg that's in front. And then when I step, I punch. So step forward, punch. One. Step forward, punch. Two. going backward, you have to wait until you step backward. Step backward, then punch. Step backward when you land, then punch. Okay, let's do it again. Forward, step and punch, 1. Step and punch, 2. Step backward and punch, 1. Step backward and punch, 2. Good. Yeah. So the whole martial arts idea is we're creating components that we can now do in different sort of ways and in different angles that allow us to have all sorts of combinations. And I'm going to show you one other kind of movement, and that's instead of we did an upward block, we called it a downward block. So if the hand is in front, it's low down. It's maybe this 2 fists distance from my knee. So if you have the leg in front, if you take the arm, cross your body and swing it down, that's what we call a block. So a low block goes like that. So pick up the arm, cross your body, and put it down over in front of your knee. And the feet stay where they are. So lift the arm and then put it down over your knee. Lift the arm, put it in. Remember, that hand goes to your chamber too. This one is at the ready. I'll show you what we're going to do with it in a second. Lift the arm, walk over the knee. Since I mentioned this hand on the side can come out. So let's say we lift the arm, we put it down over the knee, and then the hand that's out at your hip comes out as a punch. Okay, so let's repeat that procedure. Lift across the body, walk downward in front of the knee, and then punch out straight. I'll do it from the side. Lift the arm up across, punch down, punch out. One more time. Walk down, punch out. Oh, let's do the exhale with the punch. Lift, walk, punch, exhale. One more time. Lift, walk, punch. Now let's add noise. Remember that ki noise? So with the punch. So I lift, I block, punch with noise. Yeah, one more time. Lift, block, punch. Good. See? Now, since we did it on the left side, on my left side, let's do it on the right side, or vice versa, depending on which one you were doing. So the other leg's in front. The knee is a little bit more bent. When I block down, I'm blocking over that side. So I lift across my body, I swing the arm down in front, and then let's punch out with the other arm. So that procedure: lift, block, punch. Same thing. And it's just the opposite. Oh, and I heard it. Ki. Let's do it that way. Lift, block, punch with noise.
Totally confused.
Do it 2 more times. Lift,
I'm confused.
block, punch. Yeah. One more. Lift, block, punch. There you go. Beautiful. Sometimes, if you're in a space where, you don't want to scare the neighbors or the dog, but it's good to practice someplace where you can make noise and feel the freedom to be as loud as you like, because it's really that if you generate your voice from your abdomen, that will make it so much easier to keep your volume up, your voice up. All right, I want to highlight one other thing, and that is the famous karate chop. So everybody says, well, Bruce Lee, or, he was a Chinese martial artist, but everybody's got something where the hand is chopping, okay? So if you put your fingers together and your thumb is closed, This is the surface. And if you give your hand a little whack, it's not a part of you that will get hurt. Try the other side. Yeah. This is a relatively insensitive part of your body. Elbows are that way too. Elbows, you can
And
feel the
then we
skin.
have this issue. This is another one.
This is not a very sensitive part of you, right? So the chopping arm is we're hitting with the ridge of that hand. So what I'll do is I'm going to just stand and I'm going to take my hand up and I'm going to chop to the side. So I'm swinging it to the side. To make it line up with my body, I'm going to turn my foot. So if you turn your foot, you're chopping to the side. So I bring it close to my ear, and then I chop to the side. Okay. So again, I bring it across, and then I swing it there. Through these, you can still breathe, right? So breathe. Okay. It's a slicing movement. Slice. Yeah. Bring it to the ear and slice. And one more time, bring it to the ear and slice. Okay. What's good for this side is good for this side. Make your hand, bring it across, and slice. Right? And across, exhale. Right? Exhale and slice. Okay. One more like that. Now we're going to create a cycle where we do it one side followed by the other. So if your feet are pretty much the normal distance apart, if I start this hand and I slice this way, then I bring up the other hand and I slice this way. So I'm turning my body with my hand, one, and I'm turning my foot to face the direction of my hand. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, it makes it almost like a windshield wiper. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more each way. 1 and 2. Beautiful. So that's the karate chop. And it shows you that we also have this, we call it a back stance, a little more weight on one side versus the other. Here, if you want to just do it with your feet, turn one foot out. Your one foot is like at a right angle to the other. And then you turn the other way. One foot's at a right angle. These are not complicated. They're just things that if you start to get used to them, you get muscle memory. And they're used for different purposes. Last thing I want to highlight, and this is just, we have part of our system is called kata. And kata are sort of determined, or I wouldn't call it a dance, but a set of movements. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to show you the very first idea from one movement, sort of the ABC, Dick and Jane kata. So, let's see. So, remember we said we had that low block idea. So if I turn my body and I block, and then I punch, the hand that's out, I turn, and then I punch. Okay, so that's 4 movements, and they're in a specific order, right? So the first one is I'm going this way. I block over my knee, and I take a punch out. And then I block over the left or the other side and punch out. So that's a sequence in one side and then the other side. So let's try it this way. 1, block down, punch out. And then block down, punch out. And then back to neutral. Okay. Let's try it a couple more times. It's just learning the sequence. So the sequence is 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And then back to the beginning. Do it one more time. Timing is 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that's just the part of the kata sequence. So 1, 2, huh, 1, 2, huh. And so these are elements of our style and our system. There's also sparring, but obviously on Zoom, hard to find a sparring partner. Karate doesn't have to be violent, and it doesn't have to be fighting aggressively. It can be moving with purpose, with stability, and with breath and voice. So all those things are beneficial to your general, movement throughout your day. Let me show you one other thing, and then I guess because we're getting close to about a half an hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing is breathing with a purpose. So if you're sitting or standing, doesn't matter. What I want you to do is I want you to breathe in as you raise your arms, and then exhale as you lower your hands. Okay? So how about that again? So breathing up and then exhaling down. In, breath up, and then hands down. One more up, and one more down. Just going to do that same thing, but instead of going up and down, we're going to go out and in. And when you breathe, try to use that same spot below your belly button. We call it the hara, is that space. So inhale, hands are out. Exhale, hands come in. You can actually tighten your rear end when the exhale comes. So inhale, relax, and exhale, tighten everything. Tummy and buttocks. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. So just like yoga, which is a lot about movement, breath, position, balance, karate and all martial arts have those elements that are part of our system, and they're specific, but you can't do it wrong. You can just do it better. So it's really more just finding how your body works, your limitations, your abilities, and then working within those boundaries. And most of all, having a little bit of fun. If you would like to join what we do, you're welcome. There's no charge for the hour I spend every Friday. And on balance, I think I've gotten good things I share with the people who don't have Parkinson's disease, because I learned how do you maintain balance, focus, strength, and breath in anybody of any ability, and those principles hold well and translate to us all. So if you like it, more than welcome to come.
Okay, so how do they sign up?
If you have the traditional, I'm sorry, breakthroughkarate.com, breakthroughkarate, one word.com. There's a website we have.
Yeah, I just put it up. Okay.
And then that you can send us an email that says, hey, I'd like to request things, like I'd like to be able to join. Then I can send you the link to our Zoom. And we're a small group. I'm impressed with how many people, Sharon. You've had a lovely success getting a lot of people from a lot of places interested. We're a Chicago-based organization, so obviously the people who live locally come. in person. But we've had people from all over join and enjoy Zoom.
Yeah, we did. So let's open it up to questions.
Here, I'm going to get my little chair so I can sit too.
Okay. Just put your hand up, raise your hand, click on the on React, and you'll see you can do it that way.
Sure.
Any questions, just fire away. It's a small group, so let's go. Anybody?
I can get started if that's okay. Steve, sir, if you don't mind, it is very, very, very nice to meet you. This is an unexpected gift. I'm fresh off of the International Tang Soo Do World Championship. I myself practice Tang Soo Do. Korean martial art is very similar to Shotokan for my own Parkinson's disease. I don't want to take up much more of your time other than that, other than to say thank you so much for the class. This was my very first Shotokan class. There are differences and similarities that I'd like to discuss with you, but more so some of my projects that seem to align really well with yours. So thank you so much, sir. That was a really good class, by the way. One thing that I wanted to say, I heard one person during this class say, I'm getting confused. And I wanted to tell you that that is the gift that every single karate class gives me. Every single class I go to, I get confused, but I stay there and on the mats, and while confused, I move through it and I work through it. And that's where neuroplasticity happens, Doc. And I'm so thankful that there's a doctor in this martial arts space who's pushing the needle on this, because just where Rocksteady Boxing affected the community, I believe wholeheartedly, martial arts will do the same. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Love your comments. I think they're right on point. And I use that term neuroplasticity a lot. And then that bilaterality, evening out yourself, because we're all handed. And a lot of people have never been comfortable with one side of their body. The more we can move in any direction, the more we can recover if we start to fall or have a problem. Excellent thoughts. Yes, ma'am. Is that
Milanka?
Milanka? Yes, please.
Hi. Just some comments. I've been studying Tai Chi for maybe 3-4 years, but I really like karate and, the force of it, the movement. So I took a course many years ago, and I'll always remember that I was told, do not, when you punch, do not move your shoulder, but instead go like that. And I love that. And with the breath.
Yeah.
So.
Brilliant. And you bring up another point, which is, so Tai Chi is a wonderful system, full of breath and energy, and complementary to what I was just showing you. So Shotokan karate is very typical of Japanese martial arts. They're very linear and direct, where Tai Chi is much more circular and has a very slow flow, but on the other hand is very effective. And just like Kung Fu, it's just a different branch off of the same tree. And I
also studied Aikido for a long time ago.
Look at this. My heart proud. I love hearing that. And this is the thing too, is people sort of get the sense that there's one thing that works. Now there's many things that work, and then they complement one another. You can get confused. Sometimes one teacher tells you one thing and another. But if it gives you that sense that you're connecting your core to your arms and legs, then it's beneficial and it's valid.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Andrea wrote, yes, Tai Chi rocks. Yeah, some of the movements you did, we do Tai Chi, some Tai Chi at the end of our boxing sessions, and and it's very similar to what you were just doing with the breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the martial arts people, 100 years ago, everybody knew each other. The man who created Shotokan was best friends with the man who created Judo. And then from that, we got the belts, from white belt to black belt. But ironically, karate in many, many years ago, from Okinawa, halfway between China and Japan, was taught very privately. It was almost like you had to become a member of a family or a clan to learn it. It wasn't just given out. And then Funakoshi was the man who came and said he wanted to teach it, and he taught it in the school system. So it actually became physical education for Japanese students in the 1920s. And I don't know currently how much they do, but it's a long, interesting history. And I think it's very neat that you have people here who have looked at it from different angles.
Okay. Any other questions? Where do you teach in Chicago?
So I'm in the north suburb of Chicago called Wilmette. Wilmette is close to the lake. It's home to one of the few Baha'i temples in the world. There's a beautiful Baha'i temple in Wilmette, and it's a lovely suburb. So we're on. If you're is anybody here Chicago based? I don't know if anybody. Oh, very nice. Yeah. So always welcome to stop by, have a look, take a stab at it, and of course anybody who finds that the distance or other reasons Zoom is a better system. We have a good time, and I guess my other message to you is relax, because it's not like people go for their belts and their ranks in martial arts. The black belt holds your pants up, honestly. There's no take pride out of this equation. Maybe the best, we call it the mushin, the beginner's mind. Like you have an empty cup and you're open to new ideas. You let your cup fill. Sometimes I have people who come in, they know a lot from another martial art, and they go, I don't know. I can tell they're not going to get much out of it. I think people in this group seem like they're very open and welcoming to new ideas.
Okay. No other questions? Well, thank you, Steve. This was great.
Thank
I
you.
think I was the one who was very confused there because I couldn't get my right and left. I couldn't figure out which hand was going where.
Yeah, and there's it's repetition and muscle memory. So
yeah,
nobody walks away the first time with usable knowledge. It's just knowledge, and it has to be digested and integrated, and then it has to match what your goals and your skills and your abilities are.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had, God bless my brother. At the end, he couldn't walk. Well, he would still be able to do some of the movements, and he got a smile on his face, which is all I go for. So I appreciate you giving me the time, and I wish all of you wonderful success in your journey, and of course, thank you, Sharon. To promote this and connect is a gift you're giving us all too.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you
so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sharon. This was a pleasant.
Thank you.
I'm sorry that I arrived as Elizabeth. My name is Nathan Ward. If anybody didn't catch that, I'm sorry. I'm not Elizabeth.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I hope to hear or see from some of you, and for those of you who stick with whatever you're doing, all exercise is good. Motion is lotion.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's put the slides back up and we'll talk a little bit about what's coming up.
Okay. Shall I sign off, Sharon?
You can stay on. Maybe if you want, if you don't mind, people can talk afterwards if they want to have an informal conversation.
Sure.
So on August 17th, we have Steve Cox from Espanola Glove Works, Espanola, New Mexico. And he is working with college and high school students or engineering students who are making the vibrating gloves in this, which Peter Task came and talked to us about last year, that everybody was so excited about. So if you're interested in vibrating gloves for Parkinson's, they are working with each person individually to develop the gloves for them. And it should be a very interesting day. And then on August 28th, Bill Plaschke, who's a sports writer for the LA Times and is also on some show on ESPN, came out with his Parkinson's on the front page of the LA Times, believe it or not, several weeks ago. And he is going to be he's also doing martial arts, a different type. He works out at Kaizen Martial Arts in Monrovia, California, and his trainer is Jody Fould. And we're going to be meeting actually at the gym. For those of you who live in Southern California, you're welcome to join us there. Otherwise, you'll join us on Zoom. We'll figure it out. And they're going to talk about how he's going to talk about his journey, and she's going to talk about how she developed the program that she's doing for people with Parkinson's, which is slightly different, a different type of martial arts, I believe. So that should be really interesting. And then in September, and I didn't put this up yet, we're going to have a panel discussion about the World Parkinson's Congress, why you should go, scholarships, et cetera, et cetera. So I think there's something about that on the next slide, if you come up. Yeah. So when we went to Barcelona 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago, we had received a grant and from a donor who asked that we do something for women with Parkinson's, and we decided to sponsor women going to the World's Parkinson's Congress for the first time. And we paid for the registration for 9 people. And we had a group, actually close to 50, with other people with Parkinson's who joined us, and family members, friends, whoever came as part of their group. So we had a very big group. This time it will be in Phoenix next May, so we expect to have a lot more people. We are offering scholarships again, and if you want to donate to the scholarship fund, Marina just put the link in the chat. You can make donations to the fund directly through the World Parkinson's Congress. It's under their travel grant program. And the applications will be out on August 1st. The scholarship applications will be out. They're due by August 16th, at which time we will be reviewing them. If you are interested in working with me to review applications, let me know. If you are interested in helping to plan events for us, we had a dinner together for our whole group after the opening session. We will probably do that again. If you're interested in helping with that, let me know. And then the last thing we're going to do, what I'd like to do is I want to have a t-shirt design contest. If you're an artist and you want to design a t-shirt for the World Parkinson's Congress, I will get some specifications out for you, but I would like it in 2 color at max, just to keep the cost down. But we will hopefully be able to design a new t-shirt for everybody who's attending. So let's see, I think that's it. So we're going to have a panel discussion in September with 3 of the women who were grant recipients the last time, to talk about their experience and what they're doing today. After they got home, everybody got very excited about what they had learned and came back and did stuff in their communities, and some amazing work has come out of these grants. So we're going to be doing the same thing again. Women attending for the first time. We hope that you will have attended three of our programs, so you're familiar with us, and then plan to share what you've learned at the World Parkinson's Congress with other women with Parkinson's. So next slide. I think that's it. Our friends at Turn2 are now offering a subscription service with AI, artificial intelligence for Parkinson's, that is tailored directly to your needs. They ask you questions, and then you get what you want once a week. It's $2 a week, and they have a discount code that's through my website through July. It's called July 10. It gives you a 10% discount, but it's only good for a few more days, and you can sign up there. I am an affiliate with them, so that's why it's got my name on it. So they can track through me. And I think that's it. We have our chat groups are going strong, and the Tuesday mornings has been terrific. And we think we've worked out our Sunday mornings and Parkies with our partners. We are meeting now the first and third Sunday of the month every time. Doesn't matter when we meet on our Sunday morning programs. We will be the first and third Sundays, and we're getting consistency, and it seems to be working. And if you're interested in joining either group, you can contact Marina, and she will add you to the list. And I believe that is it. So let's turn off the recording and we will open it up to just conversation.